will it come to the point where after so many defeats, you will need to look at Rahul Gandhi, whether he's a mass leader or not?
Actually, can we use this election to read that? I don't know. I think I'll still reserve my judgment here.
No, there was
because
Bihar, there was
I would give some some acceptance of the fact that there are opportunities which can build leaders. I think, and that's why I have my own opinions. I've sometimes aired that, and as I said, I've sometimes got into trouble because of that. And that's not because it's against somebody. I believe that everybody has a potential, and everybody needs to work hard to get that potential. But I still feel that I think this election we can't read into that. I think what will be crucial for the Congress is...
If you don't read it in this election, aren't you doing exactly what you were scared the Congress party would do?
Yeah, I know that. I know. That's what I'm saying. I know what you're saying. And I know that some kind of introspection of this kind should have happened more often and perhaps more openly than happens, because when it doesn't happen openly, then you actually don't even help people who need to change themselves change. I think we get into a very, very bad situation.
Exactly.
And I think we become unfair to our own leaders when we don't kind of bring in systems that will help people within an organization to build themselves up. I'm being very open about that.
Absolutely.
I'm equally guilty to this as anybody else in the Congress is.
Right.
And we can't put a finger on any one person in the Congress.
No, but that is quite remarkable about you, that you are one of the few voices in the Congress that does speak out, and you do, as you say, get into trouble for it. But is this now a crisis point for you? Because Sonia ji, we are told, is unwell. She couldn't campaign. In fact, I believe she's not even here in the country at the moment. We've seen what happened when Rahul leads the campaign, Priyanka steering it. If this core leadership is either absent for health reasons or unable to deliver politically, where do you go from there?
I think crisis started from 2012. This is not the phase. I think if you really look at what's happening in the Congress, I think our crisis started in 2012. A lot of things were happening, and actually we could have set it right. The fact is that in every step, we don't put right what we could have.
2012, Uttar Pradesh, are you talking about
No, I think these things that started happening from 2012. There were a slew of charges against the Congress, there were some other states. All this happened. There was nothing extraordinary that happened in 2011 or 2012. It happens probably in the life of every government. Sometimes sooner, sometimes later, sometimes a little more. Perhaps the 2G challenge was perhaps more than other challenges that came. But I think the crisis started in 2012.
One of the issues is, I think, which you've also been talking about, is that to win an election, to be in a democracy, you need mass leaders.
Yes.
Your leadership at the moment, senior leadership, can't win an election. They don't have a connection with the masses. There's no comparison with the BJP. Who are your mass leaders that should come up? Name some real good mass leaders that you have, who can connect in a rally, who can galvanize voters. Who do you have?
Actually, there are quite a few. I wouldn't want to name them because naming becomes a problem. Why should I name
because
one?
Because you may leave out somebody.
No, they'll get into trouble.
If you name that,
it's not fair. I think it's not fair.
I'm saying a positive thing.
Well, let me say another thing. I think the problem in the Congress party has become is, and this is something I felt in the party about 4 or 5 years ago, that somehow within the Congress's culture has come, capture the Congress. Congress will capture the votes. And therefore you will see we fight much more to get party posts, to get our people into positions, rather than perhaps what happened. I mean, I was not a congressman 30 years ago, so I can't say. I can only say it out of the stories that I'm told. Is therefore our reliance on strong leaders that will get votes within the party has come down, which is why you see sometimes you find party managers being far more powerful than, for use of want of a better word, people managers or vote managers or popularity managers or whatever they are. And that's a very serious problem.
I mean, to have one person campaigning in UP and now nobody else connecting with the crowds, that's a crisis. It's not that's not introspection. That is a crisis of a party.
Yes. And we don't have a system to build and stand behind a leader. I mean, I always give the example of, I don't know whether I'm digressing or not, but I think 2002, Modi, BJP was a great example.
If you were Rahul Gandhi now...
No, sorry, let's say 2002, Modi was actually a liability for BJP. And in fact, in many senses, we won 2004 thanks to Modi. But they stuck by a leader, they gave him his opportunities, and see where he has gone.
If you were Rahul Gandhi, would you step down now?
I'm not Rahul Gandhi. I don't know. I mean, see, there are thousands of things that must be happening in his mind. I'm quite sure. I don't
But
think
would
he's.
you, I mean,
see,
this is a massive defeat,
It is.
and
but,
it says a lot for what's going to happen in the next general election.
Yeah,
and
but-
it's not one; it's series of them, one after the other.
I know that, Dr. Saab,
Time to
also,
step down.
Let's also remember, I don't think, see, we see what Mr. Gandhi's final decisions are. I don't think many of us are purview to what are the various things that are there, what are the options in front of him, how other people are advising him, what he believes is good. So I think, we may be far too critical of that man than what probably, I'm not, I'm not trying to say anything for him or against him. I'm trying to analyze him in a
I
more
think by
balanced
saying
manner.
that you're not Rahul Gandhi answered the question.
We're going to get Sandeep into trouble again. So he's already
No, I
said
think
quite a lot,
you're
but-
saying.
I have no problem. I mean, if the party does well, I get eliminated. I have no problem at all. I hope that
No,
happens.
no, I think you're saying what a lot of people are thinking,
Yeah.
and it's time that people did speak out, because your party is in the worst crisis it's been in decades. And if nothing happens now, you're going to get wiped out in 2019 if this trend continues.